All right, we'll take you for a walk through the neighborhood, show you what we've been doing every morning when we get going in the morning. Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. So we're kind of tucked back here in the neighborhood a little bit, so we got to walk out half a block or something to get to the first of the main streets. We'll take you out through some of those and show you around kind of where the restaurants are and some of the basics as we walk down to the river in the morning. So we don't know what this building is specifically. Is it a church?
People going to church.
Okay.
Early morning.
Then there's a little fitness area. We've seen lots of training bars out here in the morning. We'll cut through it today just to get to where we're going. You can walk back up that way and get to the streets, but we found this is a little bit quicker and easier. Building under construction there, but yeah, you can see there's starting, so this is kind of where it starts, the restaurants and stuff. We'll talk about it in another video, but the restaurants are a little bit difficult to access for the most part because they're open so late, so it's been tough for us this first week anyways. We'll see how it goes. Somebody's trying to free Palestine, that's good. It's making a difference. So when we first got here, this was the first restaurant we stumbled on. This is the one we're going to try and eat at sometime here this week. It's got a nice outdoor patio when it's open and the umbrellas are all going and stuff. It's nice. Nice little courtyard. See, if you look far down there, you can see the river from here. A few places where it peeks through. You can also see somebody with some plants on the roof, which is kind of cool. Going across there.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So, you might not be able to pick it up on here, but this is quite a good hill. Like I say, we're about a kilometer up the hill from the river, but no matter which way you go, there's hills, whether you go right or left or you go up or down. So, doesn't seem to matter. There's hills everywhere, so get used to it. We're just taking them slowly and doing our thing, but it's probably good exercise, I suppose. There's a bunch of embassies and stuff in this area. This is the back of something, but so as you get further down here, you get to these like plazas that are a little bit closer to the touristier areas. They're usually pretty busy. It's early on Sunday, so not too bad this morning. Portuguese tiles everywhere still. You can see it just about anywhere. But it looks nice when you do see it. Some tanks up there. See the little tanks up there? School of Equestrian Art. There's a couple of equestrian things here. You can see we're still headed down to the river. We're probably 2/3 of the way down now. Plaza down at the end there with the buses and stuff, which will be pretty busy, so we'll see what the filming looks like down there.
So usually in the morning what we've been trying to do is get our walk in early. As you all know, I work later on in the day, so we try to get our walks in early, and then we'll have coffee and some kind of pastry or something out on the road, and then we'll come home. So getting out in the mornings, I mean, we've been lucky. It's been super nice here every day, sunny, warm, makes it easy.
So when you get down to the main street, there's a couple of them. There's this sort of secondary main street that's there's a park that cuts in between it and the main highway that separates us from the river. Lots of parks all the way along here, across the road. But it's quite a beautiful area, and it takes you really as far down as the monastery, which you can see way down there. We'll show you that either today or on another video. But these parks are all the way through this riverside. It makes it quite nice, really nice for walking. You can see scooters and motorbikes are the easiest form of transportation here because you can park them. Their parking is a massive problem here. I think that's why you see so many smaller vehicles. Most of the vehicles that we see, despite the fact that we're looking at two Mercedes right now, most of the vehicles that we see are Peugeots or Renaults or Citroens or like very small European cars. Let's go into the park here. Lots of food trucks, open later in the day. Quite a few restaurants down here, actually. And we'll walk into the park that takes us to the underpass to the river. So we'll keep walking through this park towards the crosswalk, but I thought I'd show you the start of the monastery. It's a hugely long building. Geronimo's monastery, but it's a great property, and they've done a really good job keeping it up. Very touristy though, highly touristy. There's the larger fountain that normally is on. We will come back at a time when it's on so you can see it. It's actually pretty fascinating. Huge fountain, but you can see it fronts the entire monastery. And then they have their Mariners Museum. There's actually several Mariner Museum sort of buildings around. We're going to definitely try and do that while we're here, since mariners and explorers are kind of their big history, and that's why this whole area has really been developed, just to sort of honor that. But the monastery is heading towards the direction right here anyways, till we get to the river. And the ducks all washing themselves in the morning in the fountain over here. And we're going to head that way and head over to the underpass, over to the river. Because on the other side is the monument of the explorers. We'll show you again those ones. I think we have in more detail in the pictures and stuff, but we walk the river anyway, so I'll show you as we walk.
Funny how it just seems hotter on this side.
Yeah. Alright, so we just came under the stairs to the riverside, and you immediately end up at the monument here. They built it's a really pretty little square they built out here, and it kind of, from here to the Tower of Belem, kind of lays out a really nice boardwalk area on the river. Great for walks. Anyway, it's been really nice for us. Gets you out on the river. The river just outlets to the ocean, just down the way. It's not super far. So the river's really big at this stretch, and lots of tankers go up and down and stuff. And lots of sailboats. There's a couple of sailing clubs here. and a few marinas actually tucked up and down with lots of sailboats. Kind of makes it quite pretty. So they have this huge long walkway really all the way to the tower, which is cool, and you can see kind of all the river walk and stuff here. It's really nice.
It's probably my favorite part of this area is this walk. It's gorgeous being able to go to the water every day.
So one of the things I'm sure we'll talk about at length in a future video is the restaurant situation. But one of the interesting things, so the restaurants here for the most part, they're open like 12 to 3, and then they shut down till 7, and then they open up from 7 on. The problem with that is, in between, there's really not much you can do, right? There's not a lot of way to get food or anything. What they don't have a problem with during those hours, though, is drinks. So pretty much all the restaurants are open and serve drinks through that period. They just don't have a kitchen. And then they have all these like stands and stuff here down on the river where you can get drinks. And hang out, which is pretty cool. It's neat. It's actually like when in the afternoon it's very popular. Lots of people here, and then they got these food trucks and stands that are sort of beside it. But again, depends on time of day. Their opening hours are pretty hit and miss. Like Heather showed you this one the other day, the authentically Canadian, made in Portugal poutine place, and then a fish truck. There's several others, but it's neat. Working our way down towards the tower. Another one of the restaurants we've looked at a few times, but we just haven't been here at a time where it's conducive to eating. So we'll keep looking as we come down. But a few more down this way. You got to walk around this little marina here, so we'll show you that as we go across. And that gets us closer to the tower, which you can see off in the distance there. It's not very far. Maybe takes 10 minutes to walk between the monument and the tower. And this is one of the marinas. There's quite a few of them stretched along here, but there's at least 2 that you have to walk by pretty regularly. Lots of sailboats. Seems like a super cool place to have but makes it pretty easy. There are tours and stuff that leave out of here, but a lot of them are further down.
One of the rare things to see out here is a gas station.
This one's alongside the pretty busy road here, so it makes sense. But you'll see those prices of $1.71, $1.89 euro, 189 euro per liter. So. You can do the math. Alright, so made it through. It's still a little busy on this side, but not as bad. You can see they're geared up for this run or whatever. There's lots of porta potties and things there, yeah. This is actually quite a bit busier, so whatever's going on here today must be sort of a big deal. But we're going to get over to the tower one way or another here. I think we're gonna go off the reservation here and cut across the grass because it's a little bit crazy. Whatever's going on here today, they're setting up food stands and bars and beer tents and everything else. Probably be fun in 3 hours when it opens up, but for now it's just chaos. But yeah, we'll walk all the way to the tower now, so you can see that in the distance. We'll get you closer in a second. Trying to get over here where there's no people so that we can have a quick look at the tower. We will probably do this in more detail and maybe go into some of the history and stuff in a bit, but it's way too crazy with all the stuff going on here this morning. So, and they've closed off the walkway over there, which makes it tough.
Nope.
But the tower's pretty cool. You can actually go in. There's a big lineup for tickets and usually a huge lineup to use those tickets, so we're a little bit early for that. The lineup is just
Sort of starting right now, but it'll be all the way around this plaza by the end.
All right, we had our coffee and our croissant. Got a little bit of local folk music.
The best best part about traveling to foreign countries like this is hearing the music of their people and getting to enjoy it while you have yourself a Cafe Duplo on a patio somewhere.
In our background, and now we're going to head out and head back towards, I guess, the house and town and everything else, and we'll see where it goes. Not sure if we'll cross over at the overpass or the underpass, but we'll let you know as we get closer and see what the crowds look like.
Well, just stop here and let them all pass. No, you won't.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, now we're back on the other side. The jacaranda trees have been amazing since we've been here. So purple, and they're all losing their petals occasionally, so it makes the ground all purple, which is nice, mixed in with the city lights. Walk on this side of the street for a while because it's shadier. You can see though the sidewalks are narrow when you walk through town. Like, somebody puts a garbage bin out there for pickup and it makes it really hard to walk. Can't really easily walk out on the street either. And as you can see, parking's at a premium, so there's that too. But it's not bad. The interesting thing is they have these street tiles everywhere. So even not in the touristy areas, you've got these tiles absolutely everywhere. It's pretty fascinating. Alright, so another one of these very narrow sidewalks where we're in probably danger of death, but nobody here seems to care, so I guess we won't either. A lot of old people here, so we must not die very frequently. But it is noisy. This is a short stretch, mind you, but it is noisy, and we're walking toward the monastery, which will, by this time of the morning, I assume, be pretty crazy. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to walk along the front of the monastery to get back to a street that'll take us up. But we are going to do it on the other side of the road, but we've got to cross this side of the road to get there. So you'll see what I mean in a second. But there's a sidewalk in front of the monastery that is way too crowded with people that we won't take. But a little sidewalk on the other side of a road in front of the monastery that is easy and still gives us all the same shots, so we'll take that. This is officially the busiest I've seen so far. There must be 15, 20 buses parked here, all of this pretty sizable quantity. It's insane. Like, look at the crowd up there. And it is, what is it, like 10:30? It's early in the morning. And it will be like this all day till sunset. It's crazy. And it's not just weekends. Like, this is busier, mind you, than we've seen through the week, but it's busy every day. So you can see that is a line, which may seem a little crazy, but it is. And then all these people on the other side, on our side, are just like us, staying away from that line. A little bit more breathing room right here, so we can take some more shots. But yeah, this is a busy day. I don't know how many people this would be. I'm gonna guess when you add it all. I'm gonna guess by the time you add up the whole day, you're probably talking 50,000 people, maybe more. I don't know, it's crazy. They just keep coming. Yeah, and I can only imagine. Heather was just saying the ticket price is like, you pay a fee to get in here, so every single person that's going in is paying something. So it gets, I'm sure it gets them a lot of money to keep it up. It is a beautiful building though, there's no question. It's one of the most, there's just so much intricate work on the outside of these buildings, and they managed to keep it looking beautiful. So I'm going to guess that's where those fees go to. So here's the, I guess,
The exit.
Oh, yes, the exit of the building. I thought it was actually the entrance, but it's the exit. So, I don't know, there's some people going in there, so I don't know.
It is.
I guess there's religious VIPs.
Yes.
I don't think he's the Pope, though. But
All right, we're gonna head back up.
this is where we got to walk uphill, so it'll get a little bit interesting. We're going to take a different street back. There's about, I don't know, at least 3 streets we can walk up that are take us pretty much directly to the Airbnb. This is one of them, so we'll give this one a shot and go from there.
All right, so the uphill walk begins. You will hear me breathing heavy going forward, but this is how we get some heavy steps in through the course of the day. Again, early Sunday morning, so not much is open down here, but it'll still give you an idea what we're kind of seeing on a typical basis. It's not a lot busier than this on this street typically, and we're on the tree line side of it here, so it's shady, which is nice because it's hot today. All right, so the incline continues. Again, helps that we're on the shady side of the street today. It's only
Like 17 or 18 so far this morning, but when you're in the sun, it is screaming hot. We found yesterday it was only like 25, 26, and it was too hot in the sun. But this is an easy street in terms of nice wide sidewalks and not too busy, so it's an easy street to go up. Bunch of construction at the top of it, but nothing to worry about for us. Alright, the walk continues. Again, it's only like maybe a little over a kilometer up this way. You gotta watch these tiles. When they break apart, they break apart.
Cars parked up on the sidewalk.
Yeah, the cars just park right up on here, so what was a wide sidewalk is no longer a wide sidewalk. Parking here is certainly an issue. There's the football stadium that Heather has posted a few times online. And you can see that we still got to walk up. So we made it almost to the top here. We only have a little bit further to go before I turn, but this is the football stadium near the Airbnb. You can see when you look out that we've come up. If that bus wasn't there, you'd be able to see that we've come up quite a way. I don't know, we'll have to check with the elevation. It's probably not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's harder than like walking up the hills in Hawaii, for sure. It's steep and fairly long when you think about it. But it's cool. It's still short enough that we can manage it. And it's, other than getting my breath up, it's not bad at all. This is the last stretch, but man, the steepest stretch. It goes straight up here. Alright, we made it basically to the top. This is where we go up a set of really sketchy stairs and go down a really sketchy back alley, which you guys are probably going to think we're crazy. But Google told us to go there, so we found it that way and we've continued using it. I think it's fine. It is what it is, but I want to show it to you so you can see it. But it's quite pretty up here. Okay, we're going to go off this way up this set of stairs, which is as steep as it looks. And again, the stairs are short and fairly broken up. This is a fun alleyway. I'm not sure I would want to do this every time of the day, but it's been our cut through for most parts of the day so far. So we'll have a look. It's got lovely flowers growing over the hunks of scrap metal that make up the fence. Probably some people sleeping in that trailer there. And it's just, I think, become a parking spot for some people, but it's not the best shape of the alleyways we've walked down for sure. So it's a nice view from up here. Again, we're in this weird back alley, but you get cutouts. You can see the monument down there. You know, these older apartments that, when I say Soviet style, I understand they're not Soviet, but you know what I mean. The look of them is kind of that very austere square boxes. So we're almost back. This walkway takes us out kind of into a back street that just dumps us near our house, which is good. But it's pretty neat when you get back here. These are some serious cobblestone. You can see we're at the Largo de Galvão. You can tell my Portuguese is getting better every day. But again, parking, and I mean, Heather brought it up, like there's so little parking in front of these places. It's surprising that there's any EVs at all, because there's no place to plug them in, right? So we'll talk about that in a future episode. I'll do some research because I know their EV counts are higher here generally than at home, but I don't know where the hell they're plugging them in. And we haven't seen a lot, to be fair. It's been mostly smaller gas-powered cars. All right, so this is back the opposite side of the street that we started on. If you recall, when we walked out of our house is just basically, if you see that cream colored house on the left, we're just going to go up there and hang a left, and we will be back home. So that's our typical walk. I don't know what it is, 5-6K, something like that today, but with the hill in there as well. And we'll probably do another 4 or 5K later on today, given the grocery store, and there's always some other errand that we need to do that's up or down a hill. Both, I guess. But that was it. So I thanks everybody for following along. If you managed to go this far, I know it's kind of boring, but I wanted to show everybody just a bit of a glimpse of what our kind of like actual daily life is. Again, the whole point of this video series is to kind of, and our trip in general, is to talk about things in terms of not being tourists and trying to do things a little differently, so we are. And that's the end of it. We're back home. Thanks for coming. Talk to you on the next one.